Good morning. It's another day in the valley where we've got some issues with the weather and affecting your morning drive and throughout the day our travels here. Here's a look at what to expect. First of all, we've got this morning snow moving through, so that's going to lead to low visibility, especially as that wind picks up here this morning in the wake, or as that snow continues. The snow will start first and then the wind will gradually increase. Snowy roads possible, of course, with this. And then into midday, the snow kind of winds down, but we could see a little bit of a spotty mix going on. And as temperatures rise during the midday hours, we'll end up with some slick roads too, some slush, kind of sloppy conditions out there. And so that means you'll want those wipers on too, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of road spray with all that slush here heading into the afternoon, and potentially still a little bit of freezing drizzle going on here as well. So here's a look at our latest radar. We've got all snow right now showing up on the radar right now. This is ahead of the warm front that's moving in, and it's starting to push farther south. You can see Jamestown just on your doorstep, and then that it stretches all the way up into Canada. We'll zoom in a little bit more here. We're looking at basically Highway 281 through Carrington, New Rockford, up to Devil's Lake and beyond, seeing that snow that's looking a little bit more substantial in that area. That continues to drop to the south and east, and then I've been also tracking the snow north of the border. This is a larger area. This is more of a line. This is a larger area that's going to kind of dip into the northern valley and especially affect our viewers into northwest Minnesota as the morning and day goes along. So let's get right at the forecast, because there is plenty to talk about here. The morning is starting off chilly. You're going to want to be ready for that. If you have some things you need to take care of today, there's a couple of opportunities to be out and about doing that this morning, of course, if the snow hasn't reached you yet. And then heading into the later morning hours, we'll see that snow start to take over the Central Valley. This is 9 a.m., so Grand Forks, Fargo, maybe in the thick of it at that point, starting to move into Minnesota. We're looking at those winds starting to increase too, gusting 30 plus to even 40 miles per hour. The other thing to mention, this is ahead of the warm front. Here comes that warmer air. You can see temperature of 40 degrees in Minot. And as that's pushing in on the tail end of this snow area, we could see some of that try to mix over to a little bit of sleet or freezing rain. It won't necessarily last long, and our temperatures are going to be right around the freezing point as well. So there may be a short period here where we're running into that and dealing with some icy patches on the roads, on top of course, anywhere where we've gotten the snow. So keep that in mind too. We're also dealing with that low visibility where the snow is pressing through. By noon, we are more into the east and right along the Red River, where we're experiencing that snowfall, and the winds looking strong, gusting in that 40 plus range. Temperatures on the rise, and eventually we will see our numbers climb above freezing once we get into the warm sector of the system. So the warm front again passing to the east. By 3 o'clock, you can see we've got 30s, 40s in eastern North Dakota. Into Minnesota, we're still more into the upper 20s and low 30s. So this is an area where the snow, once it falls, is likely to stick and stay around. So you're looking at more snowy roads there, whereas other places in the valley, it could get slushy and sloppy as our temperatures rise. And you can even see some green on the map here. Not as widespread as the snow, but isolated pockets of some light rain possible here as we head into the evening hours tonight. Eventually that wind turns. It's going to be windy all day. We'll see that wind turn to the northwest, and this is 10 o'clock tonight. Still fairly mild, but that northwesterly wind is going to be the difference maker. It's going to start driving in that colder air from the north, and wind speeds could be our strongest tomorrow morning. So any snow that doesn't melt on the roads is going to harden up. We're also looking at the potential for whiteout conditions wherever we've got some snow conditions or snow falling as well. Temperatures will be on the downward trend through the day on Friday. Snowfall potential, heaviest amounts in the northeast. This is not a huge snowmaker, but still 3+ inches of snow. 1 to 3 in Fargo and Grand Forks, but again, keep in mind the temperature is going to be impacting just how much we get, and then lesser amounts to the southeast. Friday going to be a cold day. We're looking at wind chills and temperatures combining to make it feel pretty raw. We do start to climb out of that as we head into the weekend.
All right, a lot to go over this